Hi, this is Lisa Kleitch, and this is a discussion of pitch as part of the elements of music. Pitch is one of the first things we think about when we think about music. Scientifically speaking, pitch and all sound is vibrating the air. And the faster the vibrations go, the higher the pitch, and conversely, the lower, the slower. So pitches need air to be able to happen, and when these vibrations that create pitch reach our ears, they are picked up by the mechanism in our ear, translated into a nervous system signal, and then are sent to our brain, and we perceive that as pitch. And because vibrations need air, and there's air in abundance here on Earth, we get plenty of sound. But you should remember that when we see big explosions in space in a movie, like when the Death Star explodes, there would be no sound because there's no air in space. No air, no vibrations, no sound. However, if anybody wants to geek out like I do, I did include a little article with examples of electromagnetic vibration. So it's another way that you can generate a sound, and it happens in space. And it's not as dramatic as the vibrations we get through air, but it's kind of pretty, or as some would say, pretty darn creepy. So differences in pitch are organized, and an octave is one of the musical organizations of pitch frequency that's described as a ratio of 2 to 1. So the note that's the octave higher vibrates at twice the speed of the note that's an octave lower. Let me grab my ukulele and I'll give you an example. So here's a note, and here it is an octave higher. So vibrating at twice the speed. That's half the speed, and here's twice the speed. So that's an octave. Now, the smallest distance that us mere mortals can discriminate on a regular basis is a half step. And so in music, the half step, at least in Western music, is the smallest interval that we utilize. And I'll give you an example here. It's that is a distance that's described as a half step. So let me give you an example of it in use. 21 Pilots, the opening of Stressed Out. Hear that? Doom, doom. That's a half step. I didn't want to do that. And here's another example of it in the theme from Jaws. Wait for it. There it is. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so that's the smallest interval that you will encounter in Western music. Now, pitches are organized because our brain likes organization, and so the systematic organization that we put pitches into are scales, and they're based on intervals of half step and whole step. And we're going to have a complete discussion on scales coming up, and that will include the most commonly used scale, the pentatonic scale, which is used all over the globe. It's 5 notes and should not be confused with the 5-person a cappella singing group, the Pentatonics with an X. All right, that does it for our discussion on pitch.